the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, happy Thursday evening, race fans. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Hoosier Open Wheel Series presented by Elite Performance Industries. 410 wingless sprint cars for you tonight. Drivers in the warm-up right now. Get our car volume down a little bit. Get our stuff set. Little trickery getting in here this evening. It was interesting. The computer did not want to cooperate. Things were locked up, so we had to improvise a little bit. So hopefully everything is good. Hopefully everybody can hear me good. Don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. Don't care if you're on YouTube, Twitch, Trovo, Facebook. If you're on the Facebook app, come by the Dirt Racing Network's Facebook page, like, share, and follow. You're over on YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo. Hit the subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. We can see all the chat except for Trovo right now, and I'm hoping they get that fixed very soon so that we can see everybody's chat. But currently, it doesn't work. But on any of the others, say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you've got a favorite driver. You're going to go down trackside here in just a moment. Actually, we are not going to make it. We're going to get to qualifying here. So opening ceremonies will be skipped this evening as we will get ready to watch our drivers. Going to focus the camera right now. Michael Perniciglio. Mr. Moody. Are you still in KC, buddy? Let's go watch Rusty Kruger. Kruger right now, quickest. Well, on track, but not scoring a lap as of yet. Waiting to see who's going to put down the first lap, and there is Perniciglio, 15:67. So he'll go to the top now. Darren Anderson immediately bumps him out, 15:33. Wade Fields falling down there. Ethan Way, 15:28. Quick right now. We're going to get a look. Kruger back on the track. Had a problem. Took it back in. He'll come back out. Trevor Royer's here. The Kiwi Conqueror, Craig Silby. All on track. Kruger about a half second off. Silby jumps to fourth quick. He's about a tenth off of these guys. Ryland Gray, fifth quickest right now. Trevor Royer jumps to 10th. Craig Sheeran coming around the bottom of 3 and 4. Sheeran goes to 9th quick. Vinny Sansone just rolling the 80 machine out onto the speedway. He'll get into the throttle down in 3 and 4. Going to go way up to the top side, see if he can build momentum. No telling where he is going to be on lap number 2. Right now, Rusty Kruger, 15:24. Your quick qualifier, but Sansone gonna get into things here. Vinny Sansone on the clock. Out of 3 and 4, went right to the middle at both ends, and Sansone will time in 7th quick. So far, Scott Lepke and John Helms are only 2 non-qualifier, 16 drivers. Hello, Mr. Stinson. When you going home, Larry? Need to talk to you anyway. Maybe call you tomorrow, see what you're up to. All right, looks like qualifying is going to come to an end here. Lepke and Helms must have had problems on their rollouts or something, so we will not see them right now. Strength of this field, well over 4,000. I ratings anywhere from the 3,700 range all the way up to the 6,700 range. So no cream puffs in this field tonight. Should be a quick one, guys. 3 shows technically for you tonight. Doing the Hoosier Open Wheels right now. We will leave here and go right to the Netcode Esports Mighty Midgets. That'll be a double show. They will have a full show and a feature, and then turn right around and have a second feature right behind it. So a big night of racing for you guys here. Gonna doubleheader on Sunday. Gonna doubleheader on Monday next week. Doubleheader on Wednesday. And a doubleheader on Thursday. So at least 8 shows over 5 days. We may throw in a 9th. Right now, working on getting everybody divvied up into heat races. Final instructions to the drivers. All right, here we go. Heat race number 1. Let's see if we can hide that. Yeah, we can. So good to know we can do that. Heat race number 1, gridding out. It's going to be Craig Sheeran. 72 car on pole. Next to him will be Vinny Sansone in the 80. Your second row inside, Isaac Soros, the 13. The 5 of Rusty Kruger. Quick qualifier for the evening. And then the dirt track terror, James Tiernan in the 98 car. Going to start position number 5, inside row number 3, and Scott Lepke scheduled to start beside him. I do not see Lepke's car, so I think we are only going to have the 5 right now. I do not see Scott Lepke in the 7 car anywhere at the moment, so we'll see what happens there. But 6 cars beat 3 heats. 6, 5, and 5, it seems like. Yeah, I may try to call you during the afternoon, Larry. I'm wanting to chat with you about a couple of things. Nothing important, just admin going-ons. All right, racing coming to us out of turn number 4. Pace truck will make the hard left right in here. He is way out in front of the field. He is in the infield. Sheeran on the throttle. They go past the starter stand to take the green flag into 1 and 2. Sheeran, Sansone, Soros. Then Tiernan and Kruger were going at it a little bit there, but I think Tiernan's going to grab the better end of that deal. Will come around the first time by. Sheeran, 0.4 of a second in front of Sansone, and Sansone's got company. Soros had company up the inside as Tiernan tried to go down to the bottom and slide it up in there. He couldn't fit between Soros and Sansone. Now slides by on the bottom, got it by half a car, slides across the nose, left front up in the air, is going to check everybody up, 3 wide, almost contact between Kruger and Soros. As Kruger snuck by. Good battle right here. Soros had to get the car a little sideways to keep the right rear out of the driver opening there in Kruger's car, so he'll fall back to 5th. But Sheeran sitting out front, looking good out there. Single file behind him. Oh, saw that one coming. We're going to go back. We're going to take a quick look at this. It's going to be Sansone and Tiernan. And Tiernan is going to get in hot down here in 1 and 2. He's going to come right in. Oh, Sansone got a little too far sideways, lost a lot of momentum. And I don't think that Tiernan saw that in time to react to it. So I thought Tiernan got in there hot. He did not. That was Sansone getting a little out of sorts and losing a bunch of momentum. So caution number 1, heat number 1, 4 laps to go. Sheeran, Tiernan, Kruger, Soros, Sansone. Sansone able to keep the car going, and he will rejoin the back of the field. Going to make the feature anyway. 30 laps scheduled for that feature. How is everybody doing tonight? I know there's a bunch of people off in Charlotte at the World Finals. I know my man Tim is up there, so. All right. Looking like we're probably 1 more to go before we get the green. Yeah, lights off on the safety vehicle. Sheeran ready to get us going here to finish out heat number 1. Sheeran back on the throttle. Pace truck was out of the way. Green flag back in the air. They'll go by in 1 single file line in 1 and 2. It looked like Soros got a little higher than everybody else down there. He may be trying to see if the track is widening out at all. But coming around now, 2 to go for Craig Sheeran. Out in front, Tiernan right there. Just not able to move in and do anything with Sheeran. Had company for a second as Kruger was in there. Kruger goes way wide. Going to give up a spot because he went way wide in 3 and 4. Had to fight that car back down off that fluffy stuff up there against the outside wall in 3 and 4, but Soros got back around him. So white flag in the air coming to the checkers. It's going to be Sheeran, Tiernan, Suarez, Kruger, and Sansone. I think Sansone's car might have had some damage on it because Vinny just was not as quick in that second run. We'll get ready for our drivers here in Heat 2. They're going to line up like this. Jackson McLean, the 81 car, on pole next to the 61 of Jacob Denny. And then the aforementioned Kiwi Conqueror in the 8 car, Craig Silvey. And next to him, Ethan Way in the 52 and Michael Pernasiglio in the 17 will be starting shotgun on heat number 2. So all 5 cars making the call. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Do not forget Netcode Esports Mighty Midget Series coming up right after this. Double features for those guys tonight. Only 5 races left in the series, 2 of them tonight. And I don't know if it's 1 or 2 next week and then whatever's remaining the following week. I can't remember the schedule right off the top of my head here. So Denny McLean, Way, Silvey, and Pernasiglio getting ready to go out at heat number 2. Pace truck is in. McLean's on the throttle. Good start for McLean. He'll jump to the front. It looked like Denny's going to go way wide, see if there's anything up in the fluff. Into 3 and 4. Down to the front stretch. McLean barely had lap 1. Now Denny's got the lead. It looked like Way had a problem down in 3 and 4. Got the car kind of backwards. But he keeps it rolling. He's just going to be about 3 seconds behind the leaders here. Maybe he and Pernasiglio got together back there. I'm not sure. I was trying to watch what was going to happen at the front because Denny had a big run out of turn number 4. He's got the lead. He is staying wide up here in the turns. Everybody else kind of in the middle, and he's going in the middle, taking it up to the top. It's working because he's starting to get away from McLean. Silvey now on the bottom. Looks like he's going to take over second. Good run down the backstretch into 3 and 4. He goes in low, comes out in the middle. McLean went in high, came out on the bottom. Spot clear. Make it Denny, Silvey, McLean, Pernasiglio in 4th, and then way back here in the 5th spot. He is almost 4 seconds off the lead. As they go by with 3 to go, Jacob Denny out in front and on cruise control right now. Run there. He's going to get through 1 and 2 pretty good here. And he is just running a very weird line in my estimation. He goes in the middle, just lets that thing crawl all the way up there by the fence. But, man, it is working because he is just stretching away from these guys. So, white flag lap this time for Jacob Denny. Bumped the fence that time out of 2. Doesn't look like it's going to hurt him at all. He's going to come out of 4. Checkered flag for him. Craig Silvey 2nd. Jackson McLean 3rd. Pernasiglio in the 4th spot. And then Ethan Way rounding out the field. So, 1 more to go. We'll get the starting lineup here. It's going to be the 90 of Trevor Royer on pole next to the 71 of Wade Fields. Your second row will be the 10 of Rylan Gray. He'll be on the inside of that row next to the 95 of Darren Anderson. And John Helm scheduled to start 5th in this heat. I'm not sure if we're going to see him or not. We didn't see him in qualifying, and that is not something that John normally misses. So, John Helms does roll the 16 car out. So he will join the back of the field. We will have all 5, and we do have 15 cars ready to go to the feature tonight. All right, green. This time out of turn number 4, Trevor Royer. Wade Fields ready to set the pace for us. Look from way up on the tower back there. Pace truck heading in. Royer finding the loud pedal. Green flag in the air. You can see Trevor Royer waste no time going right to the top shelf here. Brings the 90 car out of turn number 4. He'll have the lead. 3 wide battle behind that. Anderson, Fields, and Gray were all working side by side. Now Anderson was second. Fields is into third, and Gray down on the bottom. Trying to take third away. He was running fourth when they went into 3 and 4. He's going to be third when they come out. And Wade Fields looking to do the crossover down here in 1 and 2. I don't think it's going to work. Too much momentum off the top side. As Gray going to have the advantage getting into 3 and 4. We'll see if he's got it when he comes out. Going to have a battle for the lead here. That time Fields was third. Dang, that didn't show up. Now it's back. But Trevor Royer looks like he might have his hands full with company here in just a moment. Darren Anderson down on the bottom. Royer running out wide. Now Anderson through the middle in 1 and 2. Loses a couple of car lengths right there, but he's been making it up down here in 3 and 4 pretty easily. Gets out of the corner almost alongside. Two to go that time by. Trevor Royer hanging on out in front. 0.3 of a second currently. White flag in the air. Royer on his way to winning heat number 3. Anderson second, Fields third, Gray fourth, and Helms going to be scored 5th. He's already back in the infield. So, I'm going to go with B-Main for B-Main's sake here. And we'll take a look at Rusty Kruger and Michael Perniciglio on the front row. Rylan Gray and Vinny Sansone in row 2. Ethan Way and John Helms going to be the third row, and Scott Lepke scheduled to be at row number 4. So right now, only 5 of those, Helms and Lepke, not on the grid. They took 3 directly from each heat race. So we had 7 scheduled to be here. Right now we only have 5 on the grid. I know everybody was transferring. Does not matter. All right, they're going to roll them off. It says 12 laps. Kruger and Perniciglio going to bring us to it next time around. All right, lights off on the pace truck, ready to go green. Merely a formality at this point for these guys. They're all in the show, just some extra laps on the track, extra laps behind the wheel. Green flag in the air. 12 laps should go by pretty quick. Most of these drivers pretty handy behind the wheel. We're watching Perniciglio right there. Gray got free of him. He's focused in on Kruger. Kruger got pretty sideways there in 4. Get back here. Sansone working around to the high side. Way was down the inside. Oh, contact. Oh, Ethan Way. Hard shot into the outside fence right there. And, yeah, he's going to take that straight to the infield. Never good when you slam the right front into the outside wall on an open wheel car. Kruger holding off Gray out in front. These two have a pretty sizable gap, almost a second over the 17 of Perniciglio. Sansone back here in 4th. Had that contact with Ethan Way, and he is trying to make up some ground. Just trying to see what the 80 car has in it. It was not good after the contact in the heat race. And he just looks very loose right now all the way around the track. Kruger still holding on. 7 laps to go. Starting to extend a little bit. It was 4/10. Now it starts to close back down. It was up to 6. And Gray got a good run out of 2, and I don't think Kruger had nearly as good a run. And Rylan Gray starting to inch in. Kruger going back to the bottom. Gray's going to that unique slider type line here. He's closing it up. He is right there. Kruger's got to hear him sliding across the back of that car. Got to hear that big 410 roaring right in behind him. 4 to go this time. Good bite out of the corner for both drivers. They are going to stay about 3 car lengths apart. 3 to go this time. Rusty Kruger. There went the slider from Gray. Kruger with a quick crossover, and he's going to grab the lead back. Now Gray going to have to work inside out. We'll see what he does down to 1 and 2 if he goes for that slider again. Going to stay there with 2 to go. Good battle right here. Worth every second we're watching it. Perniciglio still on track, but Sansone and Way have already parked. They're going to start getting ready for the feature. White flag out this time, and Kruger has been able to hold off the charge of Rylan Gray. And this time Gray got a good run. He's going to get to the outside. I just think Kruger's got the short way around, and it's going to get him there first. The B-main going to go to Rusty Kruger. Rylan Gray second. Perniciglio, Sansone, Way, Lepke, and Helms. So we're all set up, ready for the feature. These guys have a couple of minutes of the practice session. While they're doing that, let's pay a bill or two real quick. We'll be right back. righty. Just about race time. Drivers out, getting a few laps in. Working the track down just a little bit, see if they can change the racing conditions for the feature. Just a little bit. Okay, everybody's trying to migrate to the top. See how this shakes out, because it looks like a couple of groups starting to work their way in here. It does look like it is time for our feature. We're going to stack them up like this. Sheeran and Denny on the front row. Royer and Tiernan in row 2. Sylvie and Anderson, row 3. The fourth row is going to be Soros and McLean. Fields and Kruger making up a row number 5. Gray and Perniciglio in that sixth row. Then Sanson and Hui in row number 7. I don't know if we're going to see this back row, but Helms and Lepke are scheduled to be in row number 8. Everybody getting out there. Pretty much everyone has gridded out. Maybe Vinny Sansone in the 80 car. There he comes. There's 13 and 14. I don't know if 15 and 16 are actually going to make it. Hello, Emmanuel. $30 green flag laps. Everybody ready to go? Craig Sheeran out front, on pole, ready to get us started. Looked good in his heat race. So did Denny, so did Royer. We'll see if Rylan Gray, starting back in 11th, can make some headway. If he can get to the front quick, and I'm not talking about the lead, I'm talking the top 3 or 4, and he's going to have a shot. Man, what a disappointment that guy is. All right, green flag in the air. And Sheeran got him started. He's out in front, coming out of turn 2. Royer looked through the middle and tried to make a move on Denny, but Denny right against the outside wall. And he comes across second at the end of lap 1. Royer was third. Tiernan now up to 4th, the Dirt Track Terror. Ripping things up. He's side by side with Silby. Silby looking down on the very bottom, catfishing it a little bit early in this one. Out of 2, fanned all over the track. Somebody, Rusty Kruger, was backwards. He's going to try to get the car righted. He'll get it going. No caution, but Rusty Kruger a long ways behind this one. Denny, Sheeran, Royer, 1, 2, 3. Silby 4th. Tiernan 5th. And Tiernan with Soros right behind him. Now to the inside. Soros showed him the right rear. They were almost stacked 3 wide as Wade Fields made a run down on the very bottom. Watching it about 6th, 7th, and 8th right here. Denny streaking away from these guys. Already built up 9/10 of a second. Right against the outside wall. Trevor Royer right in his tire tracks, basically. You got to look a little further back. Craig Silby. Tiernan and Sheeran are all right there. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We're going to see the Kiwi Conqueror here in a few minutes over at Netcode Esports in the Mighty Midget Series as well. Jacob Denny ripping the lip, making it look easy. 1.13 seconds. Still running that kind of unique line. Goes in down off the fence just a little bit. Lets the right rear float up to the cushion. And then he starts to get the power down. The car comes off pretty straight. Let's go back where Sheeran and company are. That's Wade Fields up top. Fields now into 5th. Sheeran back to 6th. Soros is 7th, and Soros has got company. Here comes Rylan Gray. 10 laps in. Gray now up to 7th, but he is a long ways behind. 5 seconds behind your leader. This starting to become a bit of a hornet's nest right here. Sansone working his way from the back all the way up inside the top 10. He's running 8th and trying to work on 7th place right there. That's Rylan Gray right in front of him. Getting close to the halfway point. All Jacob Denny at this point. Denny getting into lap traffic. He is going to get into back here is Rusty Kruger as he is creeping up on Rusty Kruger. Kruger had problems on lap 1 down in turns 1 and 2. Got the car going again, but was way behind. And that car just not on pace right now. Normally would not see Kruger this far back. So Denny working his way up. Closer, closer. Kruger finds the fence. Now Denny sneaks by, put Rusty Kruger a lap down. And Trevor Royer 2.5 seconds behind with 13 laps to go as Kruger takes the 10 car straight to the pits. Silby's still 3rd. Tiernan is 4th, and Tiernan is stalking. Wade Fields into the 5th spot. He is up 4 spots from his starting position. Caution as Darren Anderson has a problem. Darren Anderson in the 72 car. Maybe that wasn't Anderson? Yeah, I think it was. We were just on the wrong car right there, but this is Darren Anderson right here. Car bumps off the fence. Oh, yeah, and Anderson got down there. Found him. I am going to say that was Pernasiglio's car that he found contact with over there. So just about 10 to go when we go back to green. Denny, Royer, Tiernan, Silby, Fields, Gray, Sheeran, Way, Sansone, and McLean the top 10. And then Soros, Anderson, and Kruger. Let's see, is Pernasiglio? Yeah, he's off. Kruger is off. So only 13, only 12 on track. Only 12 cars. All right, just waiting for the pace truck to get out of the way. He does. 11 laps remaining. Good start for Denny. Use the hill to build some momentum. Here comes Royer. Royer didn't quite get there. Thought about the slider in 1 and 2. He's going to have to gather the car, and here comes Silby. Silby gives him a little push right on the back there. Says, hey, man, I'm here. Want you to know. You got to pick up the pace or you're going to be behind me in a second. Good battle. Second, third, and fourth right here. Tiernan just off the right-hand side of the screen. Silby, problem, gets into the fence. That moves Fields up to the 3rd spot. Silby bumped the wall out of 2. That gave Fields a little bit of room. Now Tiernan goes after Silby. James Tiernan into the 4th position. He's got his sights set on the 71 car. Podium finish is hard to come by. You take them when you can get them. 7 to go this time out of 4. Already almost 9/10 of a second for Denny. Back over Royer. It was 2.5 when the caution came out previously. Rylan Gray starting to challenge Silby for 5th. Put Gray up to the spot by half a car. Now Silby surges back on the bottom. .2 seconds. Denny to Royer. 7/10 of a second. Royer to Fields, and Fields getting worked over down on the inside by Tiernan. Now Tiernan goes in, didn't quite have enough of a run, checks the car down a little bit. That's going to open things up, let Fields have the spot back inside 5 to go. Watching the battle for the final podium spot right here. That's 3rd and 4th. The 71, Wade Fields. The 98, James Tiernan. Side by side down the backstretch. Three laps to go, and Fields up on the top side has the momentum, and he's able to fend off the challenge. That time puts the right rear to the fence. Now Will Tiernan pounce. Not quite close enough, but here comes Rylan Gray. Gray, haymaker slider into 3 and 4. He's got the spot from Silby anyway. He was trying to close in on this battle. Denny way out in front. He's going to get to the white flag right here. So Jacob Denny making it look simple tonight. Royer still 2nd. Fields hanging on to 3rd, but we're going to see. He got 4 more corners, and there goes Tiernan. Slider up the hill. Fields crossed him over. I don't know if that's going to work out or not. We'll see down here at the other end. Fields in deep. Denny wins it. Royer 2nd. Who's coming home 3rd in this one? At the line. Yikes, that was close. Fields by 4 1/1000ths. I thought they were going to touch right there. Woo. Good job by the drivers. So we'll whip them around here. We'll get down here. We will talk to Wade Fields, Trevor Royer, and hopefully Jacob Denny. Give the guys a chance to come in. Yeah, good race. Only the one caution. And, other than Denny starting to drive away from those guys, everything else was pretty close. So the class of the field there in the 61. Jacob Denny already in chat. We're waiting on Trevor Royer and Wade Fields. And Wade Fields was here earlier. We talked pre-race, so I think he knows his way. And there he is right there. Let's get him in here real quick. Wade Fields, you got a copy?
Yo.
Yeah, well, podium finish tonight. We talked pre-race, and you were talking about you didn't think you were going to be very good. Well, that didn't work out for you.
Yeah, shocked myself. I'm usually not good at the big track, especially Eldora, but Jacob Denny actually helped me with some setup tips, and yeah, I was flying. I think obviously, I think it's a winning car, but That's the best I've ever been on the slick. So I plugged it in the fence once and thought it was over. Tiernan must have lifted for me or something. Had a lot of fun racing him. He's real clean. A lot of fun.
Yeah, it looked like the track was pretty challenging, but everybody handled it pretty well. Just the one caution, a testament to how these guys race tonight.
Yeah, I love everybody in this league. It's the 4th season. First time we're getting the full thing broadcasted, and probably will be from here on out. A lot of these guys have a lot of years racing with each other since before I was even on. It's a pleasure to race with them.
All right, some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate a great podium run.
Alrighty, Elite Performance Industries, Tim Sims, powered by iRacing, Indy Race Parts, and Indy Race Parts Esports. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for broadcasting this. Makes it a lot of fun. Thanks for everyone showing up and having fun racing.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and congratulations again.
Thanks. See ya.
Wade Fields finishing 3rd tonight. Let's grab Trevor Royer. Trevor Royer, you got a copy?
Yes, I do, Roger.
Man, we're starting to communicate with each other a whole lot here, man. Talked to you a couple times this week. You had a great run tonight. Just a little too much 61 car, yes?
Oh, yeah, man. He was fast. I know every time I see that name hop in the server, it's going to be tough to beat him. If it's not him, it's Yui. If it's not Yui, it's Samson. If it's not Samson, it's Tiernan. It just, the list goes on. So, congrats to Denny. He ran a great race.
Yeah, looked like the track was kind of a handful. We saw you put the right rear up against the fence once or twice. But all in all, 2nd place run in this car at this track got to be pretty satisfying.
It is quite satisfying, especially after hitting the wall with about 4 to go there, where the car was handling a little funny after that. I was just happy to come home 2nd after that. But for the majority of the race, I felt like I was maintaining with Denny well enough to where I had a shot at the lead. And on that restart, I figured I'd go for a move. If it went, it went. If it didn't, I'd back out of it, and I kind of messed up the entry. So I hit the brakes and let him have the lead, and then was able to keep 2nd and just could never get back to him again. So, yeah, we'll take 2nd.
Well, great run. You got some shout-outs for us before we let you go.
My team, Black Diamond Motorsports, Ultimate Dirt TV, Tim Sims, 19 Designs, Roger, you and Dirt Racing Network putting on the broadcast. Wade for putting Hoosier Dirt League on. I love running this league. It's one of my favorites. The competition here is top notch. So anytime I get into the podium, it's a accomplishment in itself. So thank everybody for watching also, and hope we put on a pretty good show for y'all.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and congratulations again.
Yeah, thank you, Roger.
Trevor Royer finishing 2nd now. Let's get him in here. He stunk up the show. Man, he took this thing from start to finish. Jacob Denny, you got a copy?
Yep.
Awesome run, man. You had the 61 flying. How was your feature?
It was pretty good. Just had to get around Craig there the first couple of laps, and once I got around him, just tried to be smooth and not knock down the fence, and ran away with it.
Yeah, awesome. It looked like you were out 2.5 seconds, caught a caution there. Any concerns that somebody might try to haymaker you there on the restart?
Yeah, I know. We run here a lot, so I know if you just run the top, but if you're the leader, you can get slid pretty easy. And I knew Trevor's good enough to slide me, so I tried to get the best restart I could, and he still almost got to me. So luckily, I could hold on there and didn't have to get in a slider battle, and just got back to my rhythm and checked out.
Well, an awesome run, man. A win in this group, especially with this strength of field. It was well over 4,000 for the average. Got to be gratifying to know that you can come in here and handle the top-notch drivers that are in this league.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because they're all clean, but I also know they're going to race me as hard as they can without junking me, so it's pretty cool to race with these guys.
Well, some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go pop the cork on that thing.
Thank the good Lord and Elite Performance Industries, and that's about it.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the win. We'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you.
Jacob Denny picking up the win. Let's look at our official results real quick. Denny wins it. Royer second. Fields third. Tiernan with a good run comes home in fourth. He was hard charger this evening. Picked up 6 spots. Ryland Gray in fifth. Craig Silby sixth. McLean was seventh. Eighth went to Soros. Sheeram ninth. Sansone 10th. Way in 11th. Anderson was 12th. 13th to Pernasiglio. Kruger, rough night for Rusty. 14th tonight. Then Helms and Lepke did not make the start, but they'll get credited with 15th, 16th place finishes. Good run. Fun show. Always a blast, especially watching the Wingless guys. Don't forget, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to retool things. I am going to fire right back off, go to Netcode Esports Mighty Midget Series. These guys will be back. Same time slot next week. I do think Zach Krieger will be back on the call with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hang around. Maybe refresh here in about 4 or 5 minutes. You'll see a great show of midgets. Double features tonight. But for Dominic Santino, Zach Krieger, myself, Cody Olson, everybody at the Dirt Racing Network, thanks for tuning in. We know you can watch us anywhere you choose to watch it here.